crying, little boy? Did you watch a Pixar movie today?
Yes, I did. It was called Soul, and we're here to review it.
What's going on, y'all? We're the Cinefanatics. My name's Robert Adams.
Chris Adams.
We're back into this 1-2 step of doing reviews of movies because now all of a sudden we got to do 2 in one day. So we did the Wonder Woman earlier, the Wonder Woman 84 earlier, so go check that out. This review here is a non-spoiler review for Disney Pixar's Soul.
Soul.
Just let your soul glow.
Oh,
no, that's...
Hey, that's too much now. You stepped over the line.
no.
Man, you spiked the mic.
Oh.
Sorry, Mike. His name's Jim.
No. Sorry, Jim.
Yeah. Anyway, so here's the thing. We know what to expect when it comes to a Pixar movie. It's a
Crying.
Yes. It's a bright, colorful movie that looks like it's geared towards kids, but is always usually something that adults are going to be like, oh my God, my life.
Yeah. So this one was, kids can watch it.
They're not going to understand a thing.
This one was definitely geared more towards adults and doing the whole oh, my life.
Yeah.
That was exactly what this movie was.
There's definitely I'll backtrack a little bit, backpedal. There's definitely some moments in there that are for kids. Like he's eating the pizza and all. Yeah. There's definitely some moments in here that are for kids for sure.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of Pixar and what they're able to do is they always find the most perfect balance between what's meant for kids and for their parents who are taking them to the theater to see it. Or in this case, putting them down in front of Disney Plus because this movie couldn't make it to a theater this year.
Yeah. So I will say right off the bat, this is quite possibly easily the darkest Pixar movie we've ever had.
It gets pretty dark.
This one gets pretty dark. This one gets pretty deep in its existentialisms and stuff. You could tell by the trailer that this has a lot to do with your soul. So go figure that it's going to be just really mind-bending, deep.
It takes a lot of time to dive into the afterlife, the before life, the midlife.
Yeah.
And the crisis therein.
This one is so existential, I'm pretty sure if we muted the movie, we could probably sync it up with the Pink Floyd album.
We're trying that later. Anyway, so the great thing about this movie is that we're following this character, Joe Gardner. Mm-hmm. He is an aspiring jazz musician. His life he is spending right now teaching middle school kids, and that's just not where he wanted to be in life. He's kind of facing the same thing that a lot of people, again, while we're diving into the existential side of it, face in their lives where they have regrets, they are living and doing a certain job or something, and they're like, I aspired to be more in life. Why am I not there? Why is our YouTube channel not at 100,000 subscribers right now? I don't know what's going on.
Anyways, needless to say, he lives, eats, and breathes music, and more specifically, jazz music. He wants the world to feel jazz music. I feel like this was like that La La Land where they just feel the music type of thing, but
La La Land.
That wasn't worth crying over. Anyways, the story of this movie is, as you've seen in the trailer, unfortunately, something happens to him, and he's no longer amongst the living. That's right, this Pixar movie, someone dies.
Yeah.
Wow, that was just weird to say.
Yeah.
That just felt very weird. And yeah, so it's a reflection on essentially the meaning of life.
Yeah.
In not a Monty Python way.
No, not quite. Yeah, there's a whole lot of diving into why are we here? What is the purpose in life? What is our spark that gets us invested into being a part of this world and living in this world and everything? And it was a really unique and interesting take on all this subject matter. Mm-hmm. Again, it's the magic of Pixar that they're able to take such a serious topic and spin it in such a way that you're not only just entertained, but you're also like, oh,
I have to stop and think about this one.
Literally, I'm using all the noises I know how to make because this Pixar movie made me use all the noises.
It's not all the noises that you've made.
Not all the noises. Anyway, One of the things I like took to and why I was like so interested in this movie and why I thought it could possibly be one of my more favorite Pixar movies is the diving into the jazz stuff. I'm a big fan of like at least the smooth jazz, which some people call not real jazz, which I get it. It's real jazz to me. And that whole side of things, the creative side, and I think that's one of the big things off the top. If you are somebody who identifies as a creative person, this is definitely the movie for you.
Oh yeah,
because it's purely about the inspiration and the finding that side of you, and that's what gives you life and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely a movie meant for creators, 100%. But I think it's also a movie meant for people who are just like, I just want something more than where my life is, and it's also meant for kids too, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, this is definitely one of those like you need to walk away from this movie and think about it for a while. This isn't like a save a princess from the tower from the Wicked Old Witch. I don't know what movies I just crossed there, but I mean, pretty much everything else you usually get from Disney, but not from Pixar. Pixar's usually really good at these make you think type of movies, whether it is something fun in like a Toy Story movie or something that really is like your thoughts and feelings, like Inside Out is about your thoughts and feelings. It's one of those, like, and I feel like this is probably the most heavy-handed one, but heavy-handed in a good way, because it really was, like you were saying, this really is aimed at your creatives, your people who are easily inspired, and this is one of those, I would say, this would be a good movie if you're a creative person and you just find yourself, like, stuck in a rut type of thing, put this movie on, because this will help a lot.
It definitely feels like a movie that's in the same wheelhouse as the Inside Outs and the Wall-E's, where you're touching on things that happen in human lives and stuff that it just feels like that kind of stuff, or the beginning of Up.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of crying,
exactly.
Oh, good Lord.
I think the interesting thing, and this is kind of what I want to touch on here, and why I want to give this movie such a good review here, is that the trailer only dives in probably about this deep into the movie, and there's so much, like, again, picture an iceberg. We know the story of the iceberg. The iceberg, there's only this much of the iceberg, and then underneath the water there's like this huge massive ice. That's kind of what this movie was. When you watch the trailer, you're only getting you're just getting the tip of the iceberg. You're not getting you're not seeing the full like deep depth. Yeah, I know I said that. Of what the movie actually entails.
This is like the original trailer for Avengers Endgame. You saw like a piece of it, which the Endgame trailer really only showed like the very beginning of Endgame's a couple of pieces and kind of put them together. But then when you watch the movie, there was this whole other part that was not shown in the trailer. It's like that. There's a lot of this that was not shown in the trailer, but it's not shown in a good way. I know there's a lot of other movies out there that, like, the trailer was completely misleading, and just once you watch the movie, you're like, that's not what was advertised. This is terrible. This one did it in a very good way. Yeah. I very much approve of this one. It will probably be on my list of misleading trailers in a positive way. Yeah, if we ever do one later.
This is not what was advertised, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Namely, speaking, it's mostly the whole story of once Joe meets 22, the Tina Fey character, the little spirit he meets in the trailer. Once he meets her, and what happens at that point going forward. There was so much of that you don't see coming from the trailer. You don't expect. The story goes in a different direction that you didn't know, and it's just absolutely fascinating, the direction it went and the take they have on that whole story. So I don't know if there's much more to add to this. It is really hard without like diving into the specific details of this scene, that scene. This
there's so much that you could do with this movie too. This is a movie I feel like someone who's of the type to really analyze movies, they'll have a field day analyzing this one just because of meaning and it's just.
Yeah, and
it's my best description.
I think like the last little bit I want to add, because it's just popped in my head, the last little bit I want to add is kind of again, diving into, if you're like a creative and you're watching this, a creator type, and you're wanting like a career or a life in some kind of art, something that inspires you and something you want to pursue, makes you feel good, there is a dynamic in there between him and his mom that I'm like, ooh,
Oh, yeah.
that hits home. I understand completely what that feels like. And anybody who is a creator and want to pursue some kind of future in their creative passions will know what it's like trying to convince your parents, like, hey, I'm trying to do this. Yes, but does it come with health insurance? Does it have a 401k? Does it put food on the table consistently? Like, well, not right now, no. Then why are you doing? Because I have to. That side is explored in this movie as well. I think overall, I would say I'm giving this movie a pretty healthy. I'd say like an 8.5 out of 10. Honestly, it's pretty high up there. It's a solid Pixar movie.
Yeah.
There's just so much that really like spoke to me, and I think it's going to be a whole lot that speaks to a lot of people. This is going to rise up the list for a lot of people's favorite Pixar movie for sure.
I would say I'm going to go ahead and rate this one just a flat out 9. This movie was fantastic. I loved it. I can't wait to watch it again. Just jazz music, creative, existentialism, love it all. And it's all coming from Pixar, so I am here for it.
It made me smile. It made me
Laugh. It made
cower
me
in
cry.
the corner for the fear of my own life.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Good job, Pixar. Not from a Bruce Willis movie, but no, Pixar. Okay.
So here's the thing. We obviously are giving this a high recommendation. It is available for you on Disney Plus. If you have a Disney Plus account, you actually don't need to pay anything extra like they did with Mulan. It is ready to go for you on Disney Plus. Just fire up Disney Plus, load it up, and hit play, and it's ready to go. And so by that means, if you've got that Disney Plus subscription, in that case, it's free for you. So no reason to not check it out.
Yeah.
I'd say fire it up as soon as you're done watching this video if you haven't already watched it. Otherwise, no, check it out. That's it. Just check it out. This video is not sponsored by Disney Plus. Just check it out.
The last review was HBO Max. This one's Disney Plus.
Look, I mean, at this point, we're going to be putting in our application for sponsorship from all the streaming
From
services.
all the streaming services. Yeah, they keep going this way.
Amazon.
Yeah. Anyways, that's going to do it for this review. What did you think of this movie? Make sure you let us know down below. And also make sure you come back Tuesday nights, 9:30 p.m. Central Time. That is the tagline. It is a live stream show. You can say stuff on that show and we'll see it in real time and be able to respond to you.
That's what live means.
So come back when we talk about movies and movie-related content. It's a lot of fun. Again, Tuesday nights, 9:30 p.m. Central Time. And since we would like to have health insurance and maybe put towards our 401k and like all the other stuff that he mentioned, make sure you hit subscribe and like and comment. Do all those YouTube things. That helps us out a lot.
And jump on our Patreon.
And jump on the Patreon. Oh, I didn't mention that in the last one. Go back to the other one and then remember the Patreon. Just hop on our Patreon. We got a lot of cool stuff there, including a Discord. Let's build a film movie loving community over on our Discord. Make sure you hit the subscribe button also up above my head. Over here off to the side are a couple other videos that we have made. And as always, this year so far.
Did you tilt your head this way? Because they're over there.
I don't know where they're at. We haven't done these in so long. Just
all right.